How you doing? Just talk about your initial feelings of CD being back and you getting your receiver back before the start of the season.
Yeah, excited. Obviously, I've been in contact with him all of training camp. The moment it happened, FaceTimed him just to see his excitement, see, I guess you see the weight off of his shoulders, how pumped he was to get back, and then obviously him being in the building, having a couple of practices now with him. The guy's one of the best receiver, super athletic, elite. So that makes that whole connection, us getting back on the same page, that much easier. Not going to be too difficult when you got a guy like that that's smart, knows how to get open. I just got to make the throws.
Well, the natural question is, CD got paid. Are you next?
Not really sure. Not my focus anymore, to be honest with you. Told you guys that really can't say ever was really my focus. It's about making myself and this team better, getting us in the best position and the most confident to go up to Cleveland and start the season off with a win.
Have you instructed continue with Todd, or do you want to shut him down when the season starts?
No, I mean that's up to Todd and those guys. Once again, I'm not going to be a part of them here as the season starts. And they've been going. They've been going obviously heavily through Todd and Steven both. So yeah, it's just all part of it. As I said, my job and my focus now is control what I can. And as I said, well back in camp, it's two parts to this. Both sides have to come to the agreement.
You don't need a deal done before the season.
I don't need no.
Would you like it done before the season?
I think it says a lot if it is or if it isn't. But however, doesn't really matter to me, to be honest with you.
What does this say if it isn't?
Just how people feel.
Which people?
I don't know.
How do you how do you feel if it
Go
isn't?
right about that.
You open that door.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
How do you feel about Jerry said the negotiation isn't about your merit as the Cowboys quarterback, but more about their cap situation? What do you take from that when he says, it's not really about what you're doing?
Yeah, I understand that. That's the business and the nature of this game that we play. Yeah, I mean, I stopped, honestly, listening to things that he says to the media a long time ago. So it doesn't really hold weight with me.
You played under the franchise tag and better on the future. This is a little different. How will you try to block out the noise of, this might be his last year here and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I'm blessed, man. I'm super blessed. I'm blessed to play this game, to be in the year 9, to feel as I do, healthy as I do, as confident as I am, the experience that I've had. I'm blessed to play this game. I'm getting paid a lot of money to do it. I've already got paid. To get paid again, that's just part of it. That's I'm due up for that, and whether it's signing here, whether it's somewhere else that I don't care to think about at this moment, it's all part of it. And so for me, as I said, it's about controlling what I can, and that's being the best version of myself, best leader, and make sure all these guys in here understand that we're on a mission. And it's not about next year right now. It's not about my contract. It's not about anything but getting ready for Game 1 against the Browns, and simple as that.
Going back to CD, obviously him coming back to the team, the value there is, it goes without saying. But silver lining to his holdout, can you talk about how in the long run it'll help you guys that the opportunities in training camp will be taken care of by the younger guys?
Yeah, I mean, mentioned before, obviously him not being there, those are valuable reps for guys that that had to step up. I mean, obviously, CeeDee's not there, a guy you want to go to when it's man-to-man. Well, he's not there. Somebody else got to show that they can be the guy that wins. And as I said, we're going to get into the season, and people are going to say from play one, hey, we're putting 2 people on CD, and we're going to take them away. So, therefore, these other guys have to be ready and willing to step up, and my confidence in them has to be no different than it is in CD. And so that's what this camp allowed us to create and allowed us to get that chemistry, those connections, me understanding which guy to go to in certain situations, and them having the expectations of where and when I'm throwing the ball.
What is
Year
Tobin?
5 for Coach McCarthy. Does that, first of all, does that surprise you that it's that long now? That it seems like it was just yesterday. Maybe he got here and he shows up to your event, charity event, and other guy stuff. What does that say about him and how he wants to be involved with you guys?
Yeah, I mean, he's first off a hell of a coach, but a better man. And I think, as you said, showing up to my foundation gala, to showing up for people off the field, for being who he is and always having the conversations and understanding players for the people that they are, having those conversations with them one-on-one. Yeah, it's been a fast 5 years. Obviously, it started off rough in 2020, but just to see the trend that we're going in, for him taking over the offense now, going in the second year of it, a lot to be excited about. A guy that I owe so much to. Think of him much more than a coach. He's a friend. He's a special guy.
Is there a best piece of advice or coaching tip or anything along the way that really stands out to you when you think about him and your relationship with him?
So many, honestly. I'm not even going to say one or can't think one off the top of my head, but so many, whether it be about a family, about having a daughter and raising a daughter, whether it be maybe things his dad told him that he uses now in today's world, whether it be handling relationships, handling your business. We have so many of those talks, as y'all know, that are usually on Fridays or Thursdays, that, as I told y'all before, they're 20, 30 minutes of football and then 30 minutes to an hour of life. And so those are very valuable conversations to me, and I'm thankful for them.
Because there's a lot of uncertainty with a lot of you guys on this team, including your coach.
Gotta love it.
There's a sense of urgency to let's get this done because you don't know what the future may hold.
Yeah, for sure. You got to love it. Honestly, you got to love it. You got to embrace it. That's the challenge. Once again, we as the players or the coaches, don't have the full say in whether we're here or not. And so it's about us controlling what we can. Right now it's about sticking together, making this locker room, embracing this culture, embracing one another, not putting necessarily pressure on ourselves, but understanding that this team won't be the same after this, whether it be the coaches, whether it be the players, whether it be some of the key pieces. I just doubt it will be the same, and that's the business of it. So, yeah, it's now, period. One more time.
So now with MJ, you have your dad's strength.
Yeah.
How does that change your preparation for this season and specifically getting this deal done? Does that change your mindset being a dad now?
I'm blessed. I mean, I'm blessed to be a dad, be the father of little MJ, starting a family. I'm thankful for the balance that honestly SJ allows me to have and to focus in when I walk into these doors. It's about football, nothing else, to be honest, and just to have my focus here. To say it changes the contract, not really. The money's going to come one way or another. As I said, that's just the nature of it, being in my last year. And, yeah, I'm just thankful for those responsibilities now. But when I get to go home, I do get to forget about football for an hour, a couple hours, whatever it is, my time with her, and I'm grateful for that.
Cleveland's an uncommon opponent. To have them week one, Jim Sports, a guy that does a lot of things, is there a benefit to that gave you more time to study them up?
Yeah, sure, but then again, Schwartz is a guy that I played for the first 3 years of my career. So understanding who he is, his mentality, his personality as a play caller definitely helps. Definitely something that I go back and look onto, and him being kind of a guy that he is who he is, and it's respect to him. He's had a lot of success at it. That definitely helps. Having that past experience against him, but yeah, then anytime you get more than 4 or 5 or more than a week of preparation against a team, it should be valuable.
Did CeeDee's added weight kind of surprise you when you walked in the building, or did you already kind of know he had put on those 10, 15 pounds?
I mean, I think I'd read something, but I don't always believe what I read, but saw it in the biceps when he popped in. He's wearing a lot more sleeveless shirts. So as long as the speed's there, and it looked like it was out there, I'm fine with however big he is.
You said back at camp it'll take about a practice or two for y'all to get back in rhythm. Where is that kind of now after a couple of walkthroughs?
We've had 3 practices. Good to go.
What do you think about your running back room? You added Cook and you got Zeke, obviously, and Rico. What do you think about what you got?
Yeah, I love what I got. Guys that have experience when you talk about those first 2 guys, and then young guys, whether it be Rico, whether it be Deuce, or honestly even Hunter. Guys that care about this game, understand their role, understand their responsibility, whether it's pass protection, whether it's getting out, or obviously if it's running the ball. Each and every one of those guys knows their role, take pride in it, and will play a huge part to this team, whether it's one of them, whether it's by committee or not. They're all looking forward to making the most of the opportunities that they get.
What have you seen from Zeke to say that he's still got it? I know we know what he's done in the past, but what have you seen from him in practice and camp to say this guy is still
Yeah,
major contributor?
Yeah, I mean, one, obviously just how intelligent he is, understanding where he needs to run, where the blocks are setting up, understanding there's no smarter probably back when it comes to the pass protection than Zeke. So having all that, understanding he's still physical, he still just wants to get downhill. That's going to be a big threat in the red zone. A lot of factors that play into that.
Is that something y'all missed last year, that red zone
For sure.
running game?
For sure.
How much did you miss having him around? How much do you enjoy having him around? Speaking of the business of the game, you seemed pretty wounded when Zeke was turned loose, and now you've got him back.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough, but then again, just awakes you to the nature of this business. To say he was wounded, no, but yeah, to see a guy that you grew up with leave and have to go play for another team sucked, and I actually felt more for him than anything. So to have him back and to see his smile, to see how excited he is, to see the Zeke that I know again, that means more to me than anything.
What are your expectations for the tight end room, especially being so young and Jake having his breakthrough last year? A guy like Schoon, John Stevens Jr., what are your expectations?
Yeah, to be the best tight ends in the game, and I'm going to start and put the pressure on Ferg. I mean, obviously he leads it. He's the oldest guy in that group, in a very, very young group. But John Stevens, Schoonmaker, Brevin, some guys that can play, some guys that have great size, that are matchup advantages. But it starts with Ferg, his just intensity, his approach to the game, how he leads those guys in the meeting room. And I know if he can rub off on them more and more, that'll be a hell of a room.
You shut it down this weekend? Get away from football, or is it hard to?
Excited for college football tonight. Probably have that in a couple drinks. Saturday, rest up. Sunday, I'll get back to it. Yeah, throw on.